Hey, everybody, welcome to Runcation Nation Live and Giving Tuesday. And I think I have a special guest here waiting in the wings. But before I introduce somebody very, very special to me in the realm of the Donna Foundation and of 26.2, the Donna Marathon Weekend. Let me first say welcome to everybody in the Runcation Nation. And can you hear me okay? Let's see. Let's get the comments up here and see what. Okay. Hey, Janine and Cheryl. Cheryl is joining us on Instagram, and it looks like I have not one, but two people waiting in the wings to talk about a very special topic that is near and dear to both my and Dana's heart, who is, you will notice that he's a little bit absent right now. That means he is joining us later. And Josh and Rhonda Lee over here on Instagram, we are here to talk about Giving Tuesday and the Donna Foundation. And this episode is dedicated to the Donna Marathon Weekend and the Donna Foundation. And, this past weekend we had some brunch. So during our live, you might see us take a sip of brunch in a jar right here. Just so you know, Eggo and Sugarland distribution. It's waffles, it's maple syrup in a jar. At any rate, you may see us drink some of that tonight, but that's not the reason we're here. The reason we're here is Giving Tuesday. Yes, the entire weekend was filled with Cyber Monday online shopping, and also the Black Friday deals, endless deals. But today is about giving back. And I would like to introduce a couple of people. Let me just bring them in and show this off. First, I have the fearless leader of the D Squad and last year's fearless leader of the D Squad. I have Melissa and Babs here. So let me bring them in and see if we can hear them okay. Can you all hear me okay? Can you say something?
I hear you great, Amy.
I can hear you.
Yay! Do you all mind taking a little bit of time to introduce yourselves to the Runcation Nation? I know, Babs, we had you on in October, and Melissa, I know we've been playing tag to have you on the show to talk about your passion for the Donna Foundation. Will you just take a moment or two? Babs, do you want to kick it off?
Sure. So I'm Babs. I'm from Peabody, which is about 30 minutes outside of Boston. And I've been involved with the Donna Foundation now. This will be my 15th year. And so really excited to be talking about this any day, but especially on Giving Tuesday.
Yes. And you say it's not like I would look at it and say Peabody, but you say Peabody.
Peabody, yes. We know when tourists are calling or coming when it's Peabody.
I'm a tourist. And I can't wait to visit your neck of the woods. So
yes. Welcome to have you anytime.
Oh. So those on Instagram, I'm going to be relaying the message of Babs, who was our fearless leader of the D Squad. And she was our leader last year when Dana ran the Donna Marathon Weekend without me. This year, as we come back, we have Melissa. And Melissa, introduce yourself to the Runcation Nation. Tell us who you are, where you are, and let us know what you do.
Well, I am Melissa O'Neill, and I'm from currently Woodbridge, Virginia, but I'm in transition to be down in Land O'Lakes, Florida next month. So I will be a Floridian very soon. I am the leader of the D Squad. I'm also a registered nurse and a 2-time breast cancer survivor. I've been involved with the Dana Foundation since 2011 and part of the D Squad. I think it was 2012 when I became part of the D Squad, but I've been supporting and fundraising for the Dana Foundation since the beginning of my time with them. So that was 2011.
Okay. So I was just letting everybody know so that they could hear you all over on Instagram to move to Facebook and move to YouTube so that they could hear your stories. And what I really want everybody to know is how you all found the Dana Foundation.
Babs, you want to start?
Sure. So I actually found it by accident. I had run a half marathon and then about 6 months later decided that maybe I would try to do another one, and ran the first one for charity, and that was what kind of got me through. And so I knew that if I did do another one, it was going to be something charity driven. And happened to see an ad on Facebook for the 26.2 at Dana, and loved everything about it and signed up. And then that was in 2009. And like I said, I've been down there every year since then.
So, and you have been on our show in the past talking about how you started cheering people on and then became a runner also. So that's how, like we've said on the show before, that's how they get you. Come cheer, you see the spirit and you see the passion in a race, and then you're hooked. And for a cause like this and a foundation like this, how can you not? Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Melissa?
I started the whole running process when I was going through breast cancer treatment, and it was just started with a 5K, and then I was the running bug was caught. I trained for my first half marathon, then started doing Disney half marathons, and I actually in 2009 I was at the Disney. My husband and I were heading into the expo, and we saw this surfer looking dude and this little blonde walking into the expo, and we saw the pink sunglasses that the surfer dude was wearing, and we remembered the sunglasses from an ad in Runner's World. And my husband said, "Do you think that's them?" And I was like, "I don't know." So then we started walking around the expo, and lo and behold, it was them. It was Dana and Tim Deegan. So I met Dana that year, and she was like, "You need to run this. You need to run this." I said, "Marathons are just for the crazy. I'm only halfway there." And then I ran into her again at another expo, and she's like, "You haven't signed up yet." And I was told that I wouldn't be running any marathons in my time, but my oncologist sent me to a different neurologist, and I was told that running's the best thing for me. And that's when it all kind of started. And I signed up for my first Dana and started training. And that was in 2011. And just can't stop. I found out about the foundation and what it stood for, and everything that the Dana Foundation does, from research to helping those who need it financially, and all about it. It's just I can't talk enough about it. Sometimes I talk too much about it, but that's not a bad thing.
It's never a bad thing. I just like that the Dana Foundation helps those who may not, who may have to decide between paying a bill and getting treatment, but also has a connection to Mayo, and that that life-saving research that takes place with Dr. Edith Perez, and then also has a fitness connection, and that running is so good for you, and uh and has this community of runners, and a community that comes out in Jacksonville for local celebrities like Donna and her husband. And when you ran your first Donna marathon weekend, do you all have any stories or any moments that you can think of that just meant to you, yes, this is the one that I'm going to come back to time after time?
Well, for me, it was, it was before when we used to go over the bridge. So it was when when it started and finished at the Mayo Clinic. And it was coming up on that mile 24, I think it was, or 23, somewheres in there. And I was really starting to hurt.
Mhm.
And while we were going over the bridge, my husband, you could see the Mayo Clinic, and my husband pointed over at the Mayo Clinic, and he's like, "Why are you running? Why are you running?"
Mm.
And he's like, "Remember why you are running." And I was running for those who can't. I was running for those that were going through what I've already been through. And I was, it gave me that drive, knowing that there's other women out there that might want to run, but they can't run because for whatever reason. But knowing that in the Mayo Clinic, there are people fighting the fight that I had once fought. And it gave me that push. And then when I was coming in through the finish line, my first half, my son, he went to St. Leo and he came in for the weekend for the race. So having him jump on the course and cross that finish line with me, and that's become a tradition with my kids, is that we, no matter, where they are there waiting, and they jump on the course and they cross the finish line with me. And it's kind of blossomed from there with other people that we've kind of pulled into it. And
Mhm.
it's when I went through my treatment, I didn't have to worry about how I was going to pay for the bill, I had good insurance. My husband served in the military, and I had the insurance through the military. And I didn't have to worry about that. And I didn't have to worry about how I was going to pay for chemo or how I was going to put food on the table. And that right there, knowing and hearing the stories of women that the foundation has helped, that's what really keeps me coming back. Knowing that I can help one of my brothers and sisters that are surviving this as well, and be able to get for them not to have to worry, to bring them from that fear over to that love. I mean, I could go on forever.
Of course, of course. It's the Donna Foundation supports research, supports there's a monthly giving society, and that will help support those families that may not have had that insurance, like you talk about, like you were
Right.
lucky.
Right.
And I just, you made a comment about one of the first times that you completed the race, when we all got to the later miles of both the half marathon and the marathon, and there's that bridge. And to me, it made me think about like why are you running this, and your family at the finish line. And I can tell you that Dana and we ran that bridge. It was the last year that bridge was a part of the race before the course was changed to a flatter, more beach centric, more neighborhood like kind of race course. And I want to tell you that we knew it was maybe 1 or 2 miles left in the race. And we got to the bridge and we saw those large signs. Do you all remember those large signs that said love, hope, faith, and that everybody, I mean, they were solid magenta pink and
They still have them.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's just, it was, everybody had taken time to sign in honor of those they had lost or those they were running for who were in treatment like you, Melissa. And just it was from then on, it was like waterworks for us right through the finish at the Mayo Clinic. And that is for us what brings us back. Do you have some moments like that, Babs, that you can think of early on?
Actually, the first couple of years that I did it, we started and ended at the Mayo, and so we had to do that bridge twice, and then in between, we were actually on the physical beach, like on the sand. And it was only, like I said, the first year was only my second half marathon ever, and I thought, like, if it wasn't for this meaning and this charity, and I don't think I would have continued on. But again, like seeing everybody, you're running for my mom, you're running, for me, and just knowing, that you're making a huge difference in so many people's lives just makes a huge impact on, your passion for continuing.
Yes. Yeah. And here's another question that I have, because these two ladies are D Squad ambassadors for the Donna Marathon weekend. And if you see, like, the shirt that Melissa is wearing is one you have seen us wear during some videos in the past. Can you all talk a little bit about what the D Squad is and how you got involved?
So I was asked to join after being so involved for so many years. I've probably been I think actually Melissa was part of the squad before I was. I joined the squad maybe 6 or 7 years ago now, just from doing so much between social media and fundraising, and when they were at the Boston Marathon, or we have another local race for women, Boston for Women. They would have booths there, and they would send me stuff, and I would represent them, locally to save money for, them flying in and all that. So I was involved there, and then was asked to join the squad. And basically we're a group of ambassadors who promote the race, on social media, in person, at events as needed, and just try to get the word out, whether people can, donate or run with us, or host a fundraiser in the foundation's name. There's like 25, 26 of us from all over the country, and the lovely red team is part of that squad as well, and so we're really excited to bring this year into fruition.
You brought us on, and we're so excited. You
did.
And Andy Sharp brought us on, and we are so excited. I was so sad last year I was a part of things virtually, but to see the race, and I can't wait to get back to it. One of the biggest weekends for the Donna Foundation of the year. So thank you for bringing us in to be a part of it, and for all the fundraising that you have done personally as well. And Melissa, you say you've been a part of the D Squad a little bit longer than both of us.
I first joined when you used to have to fill out an application. I don't know if that's still, but you had to fill out they asked a bunch of questions, and then you got notified. They only selected so many people, and then you got notified that you were a part. So I did that process, and it was exciting when I found out that I was a part of it was we were just called ambassadors then. We weren't, the D squad we ended up becoming the D squad. Oh gosh, what year was that? I know it was white shirts. But we were, we were just ambassadors. I know I shouldn't say we were just ambassadors, but we represented the race. We if wherever like Babs did in Boston in having a booth there, I did that down for Marine Corps, for the Marine Corps Marathon. And then if we were at any other races and they were going to be there, we would represent at the booth. Like I did it in Gasparilla in Tampa.
Ooh, nice.
So, so it was, and it was kind of the same thing. It was just a bunch of people that came together to support and fundraise and get the word out. And, amongst us D squatters, we like to have little friendly competitions of who can, we don't, especially Chris Turner, we used to do this little, who was making the most. Well, I'm going to get more because I want to be higher than you. And it just kind of, you want to raise more money. Let's see who's going to raise the most money. It's, just a little friendly competition.
So what kinds of things have you all been doing? I know last year when we were new to the squad and we really wanted to make a difference and contribute to the foundation, we had a silent auction and we had some things donated, some books from Catherine Switzer and Jeff Galloway. We had some race entries and things like that. What kinds of things have you ladies been doing? Babs, did I hear something about a spin class or a wine tasting? What is this all about?
Yes, I've done both of them. I hosted a spin class at my local gym, and they basically gave me the space, and I advertised the class, and all the money they collected, the registrations, and then donated that entire class worth of registration money to my fundraiser, which was really awesome. And then Total Wine is always really generous, and they host classes for nonprofits. And they teach a class for up to 20 people. So you can charge whatever you want per ticket, and you just tell them how many people you have, up to 20. And they teach, an amazing class and give out Everybody Loves Free Wine. I mean, they're paying to come, but they're also like getting educated, and so it's a really great just easy event to get people to.
And a great idea.
I also have done fantasy football probably for the last like 6 or 7 years, which has been a lot of fun amongst some of my friends and a couple of my coworkers. And again, it's all about like the friendly competition. And so they pay to get into the pool, and then we have a season full of fun, all for a good cause.
All for a good cause. Yes. Melissa, what kinds of things have you done? I mean, I can just say that we are newer to the D squad and newer to volunteering at the race weekend and organizing fundraisers. I mean, like this, listening to this is pro level stuff. But what kinds of things have you had going on recently?
Recently, I do an annual letter that I send out, a fundraising letter, and I send it out to area businesses and basically to my whole Christmas card list. And I send it out. I give a little blip about what's been happening with me yet, where I am with, my survivorship and such. And then I talk about the foundation and the new things that have happened, whether it's research and how many people we've helped. So I tell all that, and then I base the letter on, I make suggestions on the bottom of what to donate, and it's all based on how many years I've been a survivor. So like this year, it was $128. And so, I make little suggestions of
Mhm.
from just being like 20 to adding a 1, a 2, and then in front of it. So then, people can, and then I have other, so they can donate one of the suggestions or donate what they want. And I
Mhm.
put it in a self-addressed stamped envelope. So all they have to do is write the check and stick it in the envelope and mail it.
Nice and
And
easy.
yeah, and then the other things I've done is I've done wine tastings at wineries where I set a
Ooh.
price, and the wineries work with me
Mhm.
and how much they will give of the tasting.
Mhm.
And then I have like a silent auction at that, so that's kind of a dual thing going on. And then I've also done, which haven't done since COVID, but I would have where a vendor event where you have area vendors come in. They have to pay for their space. That money goes right to the foundation. So it's a write-off for them and a donation to the foundation. And what I have, I have a silent auction at that. So that was pre-COVID. That was that pulled in a good chunk of change for
Mhm.
the Donna Foundation, which was nice. And then I even speak at those events so people know more about the foundation. They're not just coming to shop
It's all about education as well.
right, absolutely. And then I've done a sip and paint.
Cool.
Yeah, I have a friend that has her own little side hustle of um, she provides the glass and the instruction on how to paint, and you paint your own wine glass. And I've done that for quite a few years, and then COVID happened. So she's
Oh.
kind of, yeah, and would have a silent auction at that, but it's just a lot of fun.
Mhm.
Um, she has her and her sisters all come in and we dance, and I talk about the foundation. People paint and they take their wine glass home with them. And yeah, so I've done a few different things. I know that there's a lot of
Mhm.
um, if anyone has an area business that has like I think it's Muse, I think is what it's called. Where you can paint on a canvas,
Ooh.
and they have fundraising events that you
Mhm.
can do that as a fundraiser, and that's a fun thing.
So these ladies have talked about some serious fundraising activities they have done as part of the D Squad, as a part of Donna Marathon Weekend, as part of supporting the foundation. Here's the question I have, ladies. W- We Today is Giving Tuesday, and all along this entire chat and conversation about the ways that we've been working to support the initiatives of the Donna Foundation. It's Giving Tuesday, and we've been scrolling all across the bottom of the screen, runsignup.com/Runcation Nation 2024, as a way to give to the Donna Foundation. Here is the question I have. Why should people give to the Donna Foundation?
Well, first of all, your donations are doubled right now this week. So if you give 5, you're actually giving 10, which is always a great incentive.
Mm.
But for me, I would say for why I am so involved is because I have the privilege to be able to run and be able to fundraise for those, again, who have to choose between um, feeding their kids and getting their chemo, which should never, ever be a question. And so when I'm having a really tough day or I'm having a really tough run, that is where my mind goes. When I finish my run, whether it takes me, an hour or 2 hours, I am done. But these people are on a very, very long journey
Mhm.
and need our help to support that journey.
For me, Why should you? Well, why not? I
Exactly.
mean, that was even my question when people would say, "Don't you ever ask why me?" Well, why not me? So it's never been a question for me. I'm actually, you talked about how we not only help those with financial restraints that need that help to not have to choose between a life-saving surgery or paying the electric bill. But it's also the research, and I'm actually living proof of that research. With my specific type of breast cancer, it's HER2 positive, and it was research from, if I was diagnosed, I had a 30% chance, and that's 19 years ago. So because of research and just how much research has advanced, a medication that has basically saved my life, besides the grace of God, it was researched. And one of those people was Dr. Edith Perez. And Genentech is they are who is the manufacturer of the drug to save my life, and that's Herceptin. So, why not? I mean, I donate my own money. I donate, for that reason, and knowing that the donations are even going to double, I'm going to donate to myself again, because, every penny helps. It doesn't matter if it's $5, if it's $10, if it's $100, it does not matter. Every penny helps. And just knowing that my penny is going to help somebody that's on this journey, or, to help them through this journey, it's worth it.
It's worth it. And like Bab said, it is double your donation, but I also think it may even be triple with matching donations from, if you are donating today, not only the matching, but also if you work at a place that gives matching donations, then I think you could almost triple it today.
You're right.
And what better way to support life-saving research, but also support families? And that is what I love about this foundation. It's not just research. It's not just one way to support finding a cure for this disease and those who are fighting it and their families. So, ladies, I can't thank you enough for everything that you have said about your journey with breast cancer, about the life-saving research that was done to help your treatment, Melissa, and also, Babs, all the different ways that you have been able to raise funds, both of you in the way that you support the foundation. And we are just humbled to bring this foundation to the Runcation Nation and to be able to support it. And I even think, because you mentioned Dr. Edith Perez, I think I think I have. It was a most amazing episode, I can tell you. Early on, when we were a video podcast, we got introduced to Amanda Napolitano, and she arranged for us to sit down not only with Donna, but also with Jeff and with Edith. So we had the trifecta. We had the founders of the race weekend, and I think that I think I have that clip to play about how they came up with the Donna Marathon weekend to kind of play us out. And I can't thank you all enough. And to say, I and everybody who has been in the chat, there's no reason to donate, not to donate. There is our executive producer of our show, Josh, here in the chat saying, we're happy you're here to be a living testimony of treatment for you, Melissa. And there's no reason not to donate. Josh, we had an amazing moment with Josh crossing the finish line with him at his first half marathon 2 years ago. And I think to play us out, here is if I can work the technology right without Dana, let's just hope, right? That here is a little bit of a clip of a moment when they talked about how they came up with the Donna Marathon weekend.
And then I happened to be at the River Run Expo, which is the 15K national championship that's here every year. And Jeff and I saw each other. He saw I was promoting my foundation, and Jeff was, of course, as always, helping people learn how to run. And he said, I love what you do with your foundation. How about if we train some people to run a marathon, to raise money for you? And I went, sure. I was on the air as a news anchor at that time. So I threw it out on the air, and Jeff said, if we get 10 people, that would be great. Well, we got 86 the first year, and we raised over $100,000. Oh. And so the wheels started spinning, right? It's never, nothing's ever good enough for this group. I will tell you, we're always looking for the next thing. And I said, there's no marathon out there for breast cancer. There's a lot of 5Ks, there's a lot of walks, but there's no classic marathon. Well, these two, you can always count on them to say yes to pretty much everything that sounds impossible. Right? So I went to both of them and said, what do you think? Can we get Mayo to sign on to be partners with this, which was no easy task. And then Jeff, would you be our official coach? Because duh. America's coach, why would you not want that? And plus you want people to feel empowered to come run this race. This is not about the fastest time. This is about empowering people to feel like they're doing something to help end this disease. So that's how it all got started. So we started the National Marathon to Finish Breast Cancer in 2008, and here we are, millions of dollars and runners later, having helped more than 12,000 families.
Well, look who I found.
Dana.
Amazing.
Through the magic of technology.
Right? It's magic. It's magic. So ladies, I don't know. Could you hear the interview with them?
I could.
Yes.
Yeah, it's amazing to hear. It was what they thought they were going to have. Well, if we got
10.
10 runners, what? It's amazing. And to see the impact, I just hope that everybody in the Runcation Nation can feel the love that we have for this foundation and chooses to donate to the Donna Foundation at runsignup.com/RuncationNation2024.
I'm sorry, was that runsignup.com/RuncationNation2024? I just want to make sure I had that right.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you for joining us. I asked these ladies about how they came to the Donna Foundation and why they donate.
I was listening on my drive home.
Yes. Belated.
I'm sorry for being tardy. I had a work engagement that kept me late.
Yeah,
That's okay.
yes.
We'll excuse it this once.
But and I don't know if there's a moment that you can think of. I was talking about the bridge the first time we ran the race and the signs, and it was
the bridge was something else. I'll tell you what gets me every year, and when we had our very first Runcation Nation meetup at Donna a couple of years ago, some of the listeners got to see a 47-year-old man crying because I'm there looking at the sandwich boards, because it used to be the big wooden signs, and now it's the sandwich board, the mile markers, and you write your message of who you're running for, why you're running, and writing my own message always gets to me, and then reading the other messages that are up there are just something that is so incredibly powerful and motivating for those that are running the race, whether you are personally impacted or a friend or a relative of somebody who is. It's such an amazingly powerful time, and we tell people all the time, who listen to the show and on live streams that
Mhm.
you will experience a complete range of emotions that weekend, but it is so much fun and so rewarding. But
Yeah.
that for me always sticks out of my mind.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't. I know you're late to the party. I said that we would we might toast the foundation and Giving Tuesday with our brunch in a jar.
With brunch in a jar.
But maybe. But I know Melissa's up there. She's like, I'm drinking water. I'm being healthy. I'm training for the race, right?
Yes, I am.
Probably like, I'm all about the water and we're training and I've got it, But ladies, do you have anything coming up that you want to shout out in terms of your efforts for the Donna?
I do not. I feel like it's sort of, we're in the muck of it at this point, and it's just kind of go for the next 3 months. And it's like actually not even 3 months.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
No.
once the holidays pass, which
Mhm.
is like tomorrow, we're like 6 weeks till go time. And so we're just really trying to get as much money as we can, and we're training. We're in training season, so
Mhm.
it's going to be a really fun next few months, and can't wait to get the gang back together.
And I know a lot of people are training for those events, for the ultra, for the 5K, for the half marathon, the marathon, but also they're taking part in, they might be running virtually if they can't join us in person, or running the 110 challenge, the mile a day to get you to 110 by the race weekend. And that's another way that people can support the Donna Foundation. So,
Which is, by the way, super cool because you get the belt buckle.
which I said.
Yeah, I did that last year. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm bling driven.
Doing the mile a day. I didn't do a mile a day. I did more than a mile a day, but it's however, you want to get there.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, and I'm just trying to, we have the D squad, but I also have my little Melissa's Magnificent Avengers that I all pull in, and it's, it's my kids, some of my best friends, which, couple of them have to do it virtually because they can't make it in. But yeah, and then my son, when he was in ROTC, he got his ROTC buddies. So I have like this little posse that comes in and supports, and it's awesome. There's nothing better than crossing the finish line with both of my kids on each side of me, and they're my why. It's why I'm still here, besides researching God, of course, but they are the reason that I get up and put my feet on the floor every day. Even now, they're 30 and 32, but they grew up with this. They grew up, and my daughter was 4, and my son was 4.5. So it's been a journey, but it's been love all the way.
What is it? Love over fear.
Yep.
That's right. Love over fear.
And yeah, that's your why. Our why is helping so that in the future, 1 in 8 won't be impacted by this disease.
Absolutely.
And that they will have cutting edge research if they are impacted, like my mother-in-law, like Clarice that we lost in 2016. Well, it's an amazing foundation. So many ways that the Donna Foundation helps those families and those impacted. So we cannot thank you both enough for joining us. And I can't tell the Runcation Nation enough. We have many words to say why we donate.
Yeah.
But
all we can do, I think, if as we're closing this part out, is
Mhm.
just to say, if you've got any questions, go check out breastcancermarathon.com.
Yes.
Of course, go to runsignup.com/runcation nation 2024.
Yes.
We would love for you to join the team. If you can't run, you can still donate.
Yes.
And
That's right.
let us know.
Mhm.
And maybe we can come up with putting names for people on a bib, and they can virtually run with us on the course or something.
It
But
would be great.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great thing, Dana, is doing that. I run with a cape, and I have people on the back of my cape. I know Babs does that on her shirt. But another thing that you can do is put out there that for every, whatever dollar amount you want to use, if somebody donates $100 is what I use, you get to pick a mile, and I run that mile in honor of that person. And I make
I
little
like that.
cards, and during that mile, I say little prayers for the person on the card. So, I mean, like that's another great idea to get some more donations in.
Maybe that's what we're going to have to do. Sponsor a mile.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
like that. So
Yeah.
runsignup.com/runcation nation 2024.
Ladies, again, we can't thank you enough for joining us on
It
this
was an honor to be a part of this. Thank you.
Thank you. So much fun hanging out with y'all.
Yeah,
I'm glad
you guys are awesome.
In person.
I'm glad we were
soon.
able to spend all of this quality time together tonight.
Yes,
Yeah,
Dana,
me
it's
too.
always a
I'm
pleasure.
Dana. I'm so glad that you made it.
I am too.
See,
Even if it's for a
even
couple-
this couple of seconds with you, it's been wonderful.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Yes. Ladies, it's always a pleasure.
Awesome.
And we'll
Thank
see you in
you.
February.
See you soon. We will
right.
accomplish, explore, and indulge with you
In Jacksonville.
really soon. Oh,
Well, that was fun.
yes.
I was watching your chat on my way home.
Yay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nicely done.
Well, I started Instagram, and then I remembered, people are going to join. And but they couldn't hear the people we were chatting with. They couldn't hear Babs and Melissa over on Instagram.
So this Instagram once again is the peanut gallery, the people who get the behind the scenes.
I know. But we will put this interview in the feed.
We will, and we're
Yes.
gonna have to edit all that together, which means I've got a couple of hours of work after the fact. So I'm going to get prepared with that right now.
Are you?
I am right
How
now.
are you going to do that?
How am I going to do that? You ask. Well,
Yeah.
exactly how I'm going to do that is, the old me
Mhm.
would have brewed a giant Americano. No, that is absolutely not how I'm going to do it.
this.
Not that I don't want that.
Apparently, Runcation Nation, we're not having this.
I'm not. You can have that because who's going to be doing the editing? This guy.
That guy. Him.
So all that amazing editing work you guys
Right.
hear. Actually, it's the stuff you don't hear. It's all the ums and uhs and repeated words that we're cutting out and all that. But
Yes.
no, the old me would have made a big Americano and would
Mhm.
be vibrating like a hummingbird on crack here on the table till 2
Oh
o'clock
my
in the morning.
goodness.
But instead, what I'm going to do is use what our friends from Magic Mind have sent us,
Oh, tell us more.
which is Magic Mind right here. These little energy shots. You guys have heard us talk about it on the most recent episode of the show.
Mhm.
This is how could I best describe it? This is a supplement drink that allows you to get more energy and focus without the jitters and the up of like a double shot of espresso. They use things like matcha green tea and nootropics and mushrooms like lion's mane for focus.
Yeah.
This stuff here, I've been using it to not get rid of coffee from my day, but to more appropriately tune in what I need when I need it. And I don't need a lot of caffeine right now. And I'm loving this. And the flavor's great. It's not huge, as you can see, a little shot here.
No.
Bing, bang, boom, done. And
You didn't even toast with
oh,
me.
I didn't. Ding.
Okay.
Cheers.
Okay.
But great flavor, and this is going to give me the ability to help me get the ability to focus, have
Yes.
some energy for editing, finding all the ums and uhs and cutting them out so that you don't hear that in the broadcast. And it's just a nice way to make sure that I'm functioning at my peak when I need to be without all of the jitters of caffeine for me.
Well, I I was talking about it on the show before. I like the ashwagandha for the stress. But did you know that the lion's mane mushrooms that they use in this, that it is helps reduce inflammation,
That
which I think is really important in running.
I was going to say that is a nice added benefit because for me, coming off of the holidays, when you eat a bunch of carbs
And salt.
tons of inflammation usually.
Yeah.
My joints hurt after eating a bunch of carbs.
Mhm.
So having something like that to help with that, I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
And we do have a special going on right now
We
with our friends over at
do.
Magic Mind.
We are lucky to have a unique link
Link and code.
and code. So we have magicmind.com/run-eat-drink
That's magicmind.com/run-eat-drink.
and a code which is run-eat-drink-20.
And Run Eat Drink 20 gets you 20% off your purchase. And if you do a subscription,
It's up to 56%.
yeah, which is really cool. They'll like drop ship you like a little case of them. You can throw them in the fridge. That way they stay cold.
And then by the time you're almost out, then you get a new one.
Yeah, exactly.
You never run out and you don't have to think about it.
Give it a shot. Take a shot and give it a shot.
Yeah.
magicmind.com/run-eat-drink.
And
And
run
use the code.
run-eat-drink-20.
There you go.
It was good. I like it. I like that green tea kind of.
I'm a matcha fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that was an easy sell for me because I'll get a matcha green tea latte any given day of the week if I'm running around the window of my local coffee establishment.
Yeah.
Especially now that we've actually got weather cool enough to justify wearing
I know,
a
right?
hoodie.
Long sleeves. But Rhonda Lee is probably saying to us, oh no, because you
It's
want
Florida,
cold.
It's Florida winter, Rhonda Lee.
It's Florida winter. Yeah, it is.
But I'm glad to see
It is.
some of our Runcation Nation have joined us on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you guys for jumping in here.
And I think Twitch, if I did all the technology,
It looks like you might have.
the connection, right?
Yeah.
And there was, Instagram, sort of.
So did you talk about this yet?
I did not.
Okay. We saw this on where do we see this? We saw this on, was it How to Drink, or we saw it online, and I'm like, oh, we got to find that.
Yes.
And we weren't really looking for it. Then we're at the store, and that caught my eye. It was on the bottom shelf down with all of with the flavored moonshines, and I'm like, are you kidding me? This is Eggo Brunch in a Jar Appalachian Sippin' Cream.
Well, yeah.
Appalachian.
Was it Sugarland that we took the tour of back when we went to Gatlinburg?
We did Sugarland Distilling, and we did a second one. I forget the name of it off the top of my head. The two big distilleries, moonshine purveyors, when we were in Tennessee.
Yes. So.
And this clocks in at 20% alcohol by volume. It's only 40 proof.
Only.
Yeah, they partnered with Eggo. This is kind of like that beer that last year they partnered with Waffle House to make the beer.
And we never got that, right?
And they were only selling it in Georgia. I think.
We were almost going to plot to have somebody
run it across state lines.
Or meet up with somebody when we were at Jeff's Race to get some.
Do something. I still want to get my hands on that.
I don't know.
If Rhonda Lee can get us some puppers from Canada,
which we have not tried yet.
Which we have not cracked into yet.
I know we will. So.
I think that we can make that happen. But we saw this. We had to get it.
Yes. So it's.
Are you going to taste it?
Oh, okay. All right.
I didn't I didn't have to. Here, hold on. Oh. I'll twist your arm. There you go.
Okay. I mean, it's not a bunch of. I mean, it's It's not a variety of hot sauces.
It is not a variety of hot sauces.
So
It might get equally entertaining if you were to drink, say, half that jar, which we're not going to do.
of course not. No.
We're not going to do that.
Despite tomorrow's date, I do have to work.
Yes.
So
Nothing like working on your birthday.
so this, I mean, it looks like here.
And I'm going to read the
It looks like
the copy from the back
Very,
of this.
very light cream.
It says, we're raising the bar for brunch with this creamy partnership between Eggo and Appalachian Sip and Cream with the delicious flavor of toasty Eggo waffles drizzled in syrup. Brunch in a jar is the perfect addition to any brunch. Sips up. And it says, contains caramel color. Well, okay.
Oh, Rondalee, she's like, yes, the puppers. We still have the puppers, Rondalee, and we haven't tried it yet. Also, it looks like Bailey's, which is true.
Yeah, it smells like Eggos with maple syrup. When you opened it, I can smell it.
Yes. So I just we had to get it and we had to try it a little bit. So I just yes, for science.
For science.
I mean, is it gonna taste like an Eggo waffle? Yes.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does. It tastes like an Eggo waffle.
Now listen, Eggo waffles. No one's going to accuse Eggos of being gourmet, but they are a game changer in terms of food history, as we learned watching the Foods That Built America.
Which is awesome. Has anybody? Oh, yes. Janine says she has to get just to smell it because
It's glorious.
It smells like maple syrup and cream. It smells like maple syrup and cream, and I feel like you could
get the maltiness of the Eggo waffle too on that smell. It's there. I
There's
mean,
a breadiness.
Yeah.
Yes. So I just had a little sip. So
you can have. You're allowed. We're not driving.
We're responsible. So we're responsible.
Don't drink and podcast.
Yeah. So I mean, and we have just talked about so many great things. I mean, things for energy.
Yes.
And also we've talked about Giving Tuesday, which is so important to us when it comes to the Donna Foundation. And I think that Moffitt Cancer Center will also, I feel like we have discovered them in the same way we discovered Donna that first year that we ran. And we discovered it. And like we were talking about with Babs and Melissa, we were running that race that first year. We ran that race and said, we've got to come back and we've got to help them support their mission to support families that are going through a loved one fighting this disease and giving to research. And we've just got to help them do that. I feel like we feel the same way about Moffitt Cancer Center.
Oh, 100%.
So it is, we just talked about them in this latest episode that we released this past yesterday.
It went in the feed yesterday.
Yes, it went in the feed yesterday. And there's also a link that we have in the show notes to donate to Moffitt. So be an awesome human being. Donate to both. Yeah. And like we said,
and then come join us for the run.
Come and join us for the Donna Marathon weekend and join us for Moffitt next November, because Miles for Moffitt was incredible too. So I think that it's this Giving Tuesday is a moment to reflect and to think about how lucky we are and how grateful we are to be having such great care so close by.
Yes.
In terms of Moffitt and its life-saving treatments for cancer.
And I was going to say, and people come from all over the country to get, all over the world to get treatment at Moffitt Cancer Center. So we're very fortunate in that respect.
We are. And we are very, very fortunate to have Mayo up there in Jacksonville and the Donna Foundation. And
Absolutely.
I can't say enough about that on this Giving Tuesday. So this this is quite flavorful.
So for Giving Tuesday, I give you some more of this.
You could give me some more. Yeah.
Now finish your sipping cream there. I'm good.
Okay.
Because again, I've got editing to do.
Well, that's true. That's true. And hey, Rhonda Lee says, well, did I say that Ginny Ann says she needs to get some just to smell this? It's so good. And Rhonda Lee says there used to be a K-cup waffle that was French toast flavored with a white hot chocolate.
Oh, that sounds good.
It would make the perfect breakfast. Yum.
That sounds
Hello. Right? Ooh, maple and cream would be a good coffee flavor. Somebody's got to have done that.
good. You would think. I mean,
Yes.
maple syrup. I like maple syrup. I mean, since we're talking about adult beverages here,
Mhm.
a lot of times, a lot of cocktail recipes that might call for simple syrup, adjusting that with maple, especially if you're doing something like old fashions.
Ooh.
And you could do something like maple old fashioned with maybe a little bit of maybe back off the base spirit and add a little bit of coffee liqueur in there as well. So you've got your coffee and your maple right there in your beverage, and then garnish it with some bacon. Just saying.
We have a celebrity in our audience. Big Ed from Big Ed's Eats over on Facebook is here.
All right. Hey, Big Ed.
Yes.
Welcome.
Yes. Ooh-hoo-hoo. So welcome. And that was a beautiful cutting board that he has. And we can't wait to see what new adventures are at the dinner table for you. So shout out to Big Ed. And now Rhonda Lee is looking forward to her morning mocha.
Don't do it tonight.
Don't
do it tonight.
Well, no.
Otherwise, you'll be up till the morning.
Well, I mean,
There was a time I could drink coffee right up until I went to bed and then be fine. I can't do that anymore.
No.
I can sleep, but it impacts the quality of my sleep. So it's very fitful. So I don't do that anymore.
Oh, we track our sleep.
Now that I've got an app that tracks that stuff, I know exactly, whenever I roll over in my sleep. So I can tell. So I'm monitoring that. I'm trying to be a little more mindful. Sleep is an essential portion of training.
Of course.
So, as you learn runners that the downtime is as important as the time pounding the pavement.
Rest.
You want that downtime to be quality time.
Absolutely. So, she's not going to have, Rhonda Lee's definitely not going to have coffee now. She needs to go to bed soon. And so do we. Well, not soon after editing. Of course. I mean, eventually, but soon. So I can't thank Babs and Melissa from the D Squad enough. And I can't thank everybody in the Runcation Nation enough. It's been a little bit since we have had a live.
It has.
Yeah. And it kind of feels weird with me over here and you over there.
It's definitely, this is a weird setup.
Yeah.
I almost don't recognize myself on camera.
It feels like an alternate universe. No? But, Runcation Nation, everybody who hung in there and who came over from Instagram over to Facebook or YouTube to hear Babs and Melissa talk about their why and talk about why you should donate to the Donna Foundation. We can't thank them enough for coming on the show. And thanks for coming. And
thanks for having me, Aim.
Dropping in to the live.
Nice to be here at the Run Eat Drink Podcast Studios.
Will you stay? Will you drop in for the full hour next week?
To be determined. I don't know. If work doesn't keep me away, then yes.
Well, he is newly promoted. So, we might want to call him deputy chief.
No.
But yes. So congratulations on your promotion.
Thank you.
And we are very happy to have you all back too. And Rondalee, yes, thank you so much. And Josh,
We will get
thanks.
back into a regular rotation.
Yes, we will. We have lots of training to do ahead of some pretty big upcoming races, including the Donna Marathon weekend.
Yes, indeed.
So, once again, if you want to donate for Giving Tuesday, there is still time left in the day. runsignup.com/RuncationNation2024.
Runsignup.com/RuncationNation2024.
And Runcation Nation, we will accomplish, explore, and indulge with you really soon.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Thanks for tuning in.